Hey, what's up? So I've just released Culture Code, the signature preset pack, which is basically a load of presets from tracks like Electricity, Colours Remix, Make Me Move with Cara, my Zara Larsson remix is there as well, and a few more. So this video is basically going to delve into the demo project, which is included in the pack, where we're going to look at how the sounds work together, the MIDI clips, so you can see the chords, the arpeggiators, and all the different notes that are used, and we're going to look at some external effects as well, so you can really get the most out of these sounds. Alright, so we're going to start with Electricity first. I'm just going to basically go through all the presets one by one, and we'll see how they all fit together. We'll look at the MIDI notes as well. So start off with the bass. So as you can hear, it's got a lot of high end. It's quite a moving bass as well. It sounds like it's got a bit of detune on it. Yeah, on the square wave, it's got some detune, making it move a little bit. The main lead. Something to note about the main lead, after the first bar, it pitches down very quickly by 12 semitones. Just to add a bit of flavour. Without it, it sounds pretty straight, pretty boring. And then we've got a higher layer, which is just the high super saw, with a lot of white noise to really fill out the top end. And all together. Okay, and then we'll move on to the Zara Larsson remix. So I started off here with just a plug, just to show you the chords and the notes. Sounds like it's got a bit of a bit crush effect on it. Yeah. And it's just being automated by the cutoff here as well. Just open up towards the end, and then we got the main lead. It's got that kind of whippy sound to it that it's quite present in the Future House with Don Diablo, Madison Mars, that type of thing. And there's the notes for the drop. Okay, then we'll move on to the BB Rexha remix. That's the notes for the arpeggiator. It sounds like a sort of squarish sort of lead. That was just opened up by the filter as well. Okay, and then we'll start with the bass. Again, another quite moving sound, a lot of high end as well. And then we got these chords. The reason, again, I've done this video is to show you, because you know when you open up a preset pack and you play a couple of notes, it doesn't really sound like much. I wanted to show you that how these notes sound when you chord them up as well. Sorry, how these presets sound when you chord them up. And I've also included all the MIDI from each of the tracks as well, so you can load it into your own project and have a look. Okay, then we've got this lead layer. That's, as you can hear, that's quite a wobbly sound as well. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so we've just got the LFO set up here, and it's just doing the phase of both oscillators. Then we've got another lead. Yeah, this one's more of a squarey type of lead, filling at the top end. With the chords. And the bass. For a lot of my tracks, the thing that drives the drop is the arpeggiator. because I use a lot of held out notes and things like that, the arpeggiators really help to keep things moving. When it comes to arps with me, what I'll do is I take a look at the chords of the track, and I sort of play around with the notes in those chords until I get until I get something that feels right, that feels melodic. Okay, so we move on to my Colours remix now. Get another arp. This one's a bit lower this time now. Start with the bass. That's quite a sawtoothish type of bass, a lot of high end on that. The drop on this track was quite really full, so I really wanted to fill every part of the spectrum. As you can see as well, these chords are quite stacked up. If you take a few away, it doesn't sound as big. Still quite a full sound, but it's not filling out as much of the top end of the spectrum then. Okay, and this layer it's the exact same as these chords here, except it's got an LFO on the filter cutoff and on the volume as well. So it goes like this. That's just to switch up the drop a bit as well, so it wasn't so like I say, with the held out notes, I just wanted to put something a bit different in there. Yeah, so with the arp as well, throughout the drop it keeps filtering, just to make it a little bit different, so so that everything isn't open the whole time. So I used to get a lot of questions about how I used to do my stuttering sort of chords. A lot of people would message me asking what type of LFO I used and things like that. But it's actually a lot more simple than that. It's literally just the notes as triplets. I think a lot of things when you hear them, you think they're a lot more complicated than they are, but that's how I've always done my sort of stuttering triplet chords. Okay, so we move on to the Two Friends remix of Sedated. The whole thing's sounding very squarey. So we've got the chords. As you can hear, they're quite bassy on their own. I probably would have just layered this with a sine wave sub and took out the bottom end of the chords. And again with the triplet notes here. So that's the harder chords, and then we've got a softer layer with the exact same notes. So whereas the top layer would be more drove down the middle, this is sort of filling out the sides as well and the top end. And we've got the main lead. A very squarish lead with a lot of LFO on the pitch. And then we've got the arpeggio, which I believe is all in triplets. Let's have a look. Yep. It's another square lead. Let's have a look at that. With ever so slightly on the pitch LFO. Altogether. And that sounds like As you can see, I use a lot of ups. Like I say, I feel like it really drives the drop. It makes it sound a lot faster, even though it's not. But if you take it out, have it back in. Okay, and then we've got Superhuman. We'll start with the bass. Yeah, that's another really moving bass. Very detuned. A lot of high end again. I feel like bringing the high end out makes it a bit more in your face as well. It makes your drop appear a lot bigger. Then we got soft chords. We've got hard chords. They're both doing the same notes. So we got the lead melody, which would probably just be these notes here. So look. Yep, I believe it is. Is it the F sharp? Yep. So it's just the top of the chords. As you can hear as well, very wobbly. I find doing that helps to add a lot of movement to your tracks. If everything's so straight, you can get a bit boring. And if I remember correctly, there's a little bend on the pitch as well at the end. Yeah. That's only on the leads though, not on the chords, because when you start bending chords, it can sound a bit weird. But it still works. And then we have another lead layer here. So this. Yeah, quite an airy lead. It's not the sort of thing you'd listen to and think, yep, that's the one. But a lot of these sounds, what I like to do is I'll duplicate the lead melody and then I'll go through a bunch of sounds until something sort of fills that missing spot, and it can sound a bit odd on its own, but altogether it works really well. Like without it. With. Okay. And then we've got the second half of the Superhuman drop. So look at the bass first. Yeah, so the bass line on this is quite it's quite howled. It's quite howled out. That's why the arpeggiator is doing a lot of the work. And I believe that this lead is very high on the LFO as well to make it more interesting. Yeah. As I say, the notes are very held out on this section, so the arpeggiator is doing a lot. As you can see there, let me zoom in on these. Select that. That would have just been me messing around, trying to put different notes up octaves and stuff like that, until I got a pattern that worked. But the reason for that is, as I say, because the notes are very held out, I wanted there to be a switch up in the arp, so that it didn't all sound the same. Like, let me get rid of a few of these. It sounds too much of the same. So that's that. Just in case I didn't show you the MIDI clip for the lead. And then we've got Make Me Move with Cara. For this is my most recent track. I've been testing out a few different synths as well. So there's a few of these that are in Spire, which is another great synth I love. I've included those in the bonus part. So if you've got Spire, you can have these presets as well. I think some of them are still in Sylenth though. Let me have a check. Okay, so the bass is in Sylenth. Okay, it's a very 808 type of sub. Sort of high on the decay, low on the sustain, so it sort of fades out before it comes back. Very plucky. The chords are from Sylenth as well. Again, it's all to do with the chords in these tracks. Bring it back. I like to have a recurring note throughout my tracks as well sometimes. As you can see, the note stays the same on the top throughout the whole thing. And that note's usually the one that works great with, say, like atmospheric sounds and stuff. It'll work in your track because, as I said, it's reoccurring throughout the songs. Then we got the main lead, which is Spire. As you can hear, there is a lot of reverb on that. And then we've got a couple of layers with the same notes, but just accompany it in different ways. That's quite a crush sound on top. And we got a plucky melody lead as well. That's basically just giving it that attack on each note. So to really bring out the start of the notes, the start of the melody. Sorry. So all together.